is up, people? Welcome to another episode of Double Take. Once again, here in Walsh Hall. I'm Alex, here with my brother Johnny Boy.
What's going on?
Today, we have a special episode prepared for you guys. First, we're going to talk about the 4-team trade that happened and maybe discuss a couple other things that potentially could happen as the trade deadline comes to
With
us.
The small Rockets now.
Yeah, the Rockets are going small. We're going to talk about that. Then we're going to quickly touch on how we think the All-Star teams came out, and did they get it right or wrong, and who should have made it. There's a couple of big snubs this year. And finally, we're going to do, before tomorrow night, we're taping this on Wednesday night, so before tomorrow night, Thursday night, when LeBron and Giannis pick their All-Star teams, we're going to do our own draft. We're going to flip a coin to see who gets the first pick, or essentially who gets to be LeBron and then who gets to be Giannis.
I'm going to rig that coin flip.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
LeJon.
And then we will draft our teams. So, without any further ado, John, take it away. Let me know what happened. What happened?
So,
who got traded?
Essentially, there was a 4-team trade, and we had been hearing a lot of rumblings throughout the beginning of this season about Robert Covington, who essentially is, I think he's a good example of like a premier, like a prime 3-and-D guy, right?
Yeah.
He can shoot threes at a pretty good percentage. He shoots this season. He's been shooting 3-pointers for 34.6%. And his defense is pretty good.
Actually, that's like pretty low for him compared to the last couple of years.
I'm gonna get into that, but he averages 1.7 steals and 0.9 blocks. So he's a pretty good defender. And essentially, we've been hearing a lot about which team's gonna go on for this guy, but I never would have thought that a team would have thrown away essentially what the Rockets did. So it was a 4-team trade, and I'll read all the parts, but essentially the Rockets gave up Clint Capela, who was their star center. Yeah.
And just a couple years ago, they signed him to a huge extension. Like it was like a 4 or 5 year deal.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to say like $90 million, maybe $80 million, something like that.
It was
he just got paid feels like very recently, and then they quickly removed him. Who he was their starting center. So that was
his contract was 5-year, $90 million. So they signed him, but obviously we know that Houston, of all the teams, right, their GM Daryl Morey, he's a guy who pulls trades like this. They traded away a 5-year Chris Paul contract for Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
They're willing to take these risks,
but
but
always looking to evolve. You know?
So, but just to get back to the deal, so Clint Capela and Nene were both on Houston, got sent to the Hawks.
Malik Beasley, Juan Hernangomez, and Jared Vanderbilt
went to the Timberwolves.
From Denver, as well as Evan Turner will go to the Timberwolves. So they got a huge turnaround. And then the Nuggets got the Rockets' first rounder, as well as Gerald Green. And there's a couple other moving parts, but the ones we mentioned are all the main
so
ones.
Essentially, just quickly, the Nuggets got a first rounder. That could be a good trade piece. The Nets also got a first rounder from Atlanta, which is nice. Malik Beasley's a good piece that the Wolves got. And then the Hawks, I don't think they're going to do much. Obviously, their defense has been horrible this year. That's why a lot of talk about Trae Young, their star point guard, has been. But they're so bad. They're the worst team in the league right now. I don't think because they got Clint Capela, they're making a run. But to get to the Rockets, so the other night, I think it was the day of the Super Bowl. On the day of the Super Bowl Sunday, everyone's into football. And, we're getting ready to watch the game. But I was just looking through some NBA scores, and I checked the box score of the Pelicans-Rockets game, and I saw their lineup, and it was, Westbrook, Harden, the usual starters. But the thing that shocked me was, at center, they started P.J. Tucker. And I'm like, wait, okay. It was startling when they put him at power forward. Right, this guy who's 6'5".
I mean, he plays the 3, but he's, pretty short.
So he's a small forward. And him playing the power forward position is a pretty big deal. But now they're playing him at the 5. So they're playing him at the center. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, how do they even get rebounds? I think Westbrook and Harden both had, double-digit rebounds, essentially. They won the game. And I saw some stat. They were, the first team to win, or the first team to win a game in NBA history, without starting a guy above 6'6", or playing a guy that was above 6'6". So that's just shocking. So they do this trade. They traded their 7-footer, who is a great shot blocker. He's good at staying in the middle, man in the paint, and dishing the ball out to all the shooters and the Rockets system. So to me, we've been talking a lot about this trade, Alex, and I mean, what do you think about it? To me, it's like I don't understand them going all in on this for a 3-and-D guy. Like, you traded away. Like, if it was just Clint Capela, I get it. Like, they want to turn it around. This is how they go. They go Chris Paul for Westbrook, and then they're always trading pieces. And they got Dwight Howard at once, and then they got rid of him. And I get it. Like, they're always this is just how they work. And the West right now, it's hot, and like you gotta have good players to compete. And right now, they're not doing so well. But all that for just a guy who's like a 3-and-D guy, like Robert Covington.
Yeah.
Like, what am I missing here?
Well, what you're missing here is that obviously on the surface it looks kind of wild that they traded their starting center, who they were paying a good amount of money, and he was a good, he's a good defender. He was good. He was a good pick and roll guy. But what happened is when they went from CP3 to Westbrook, they changed their style a bit, and because Westbrook is not as good of a shooter as CP3, they needed more spacing, because the issue is that when Westbrook and Capela shared the floor, their offense would face some problems because obviously there's some lack of shooting there. And so what this does is that obviously I actually don't think that they will have a starting lineup where the tallest guy is 6'7" or whatever it is. I think they will either put Tyson Chandler starting lineup, or they're gonna put what's his face? Jordan Bell, who's like 6'9", maybe 6'8", but he's someone who I think could do okay.
Tyson Chandler is 37 years old, just really quickly.
Okay, yeah, I understand, but he's not going to get a lot of minutes. But anyway, like, they still have centers, what I'm saying, and Jordan Bell's an option, but they also might have another trade to make. I think I just read today.
They have to.
They're closing in. They're trying to get an Eastern Conference center. So I think they have another...
Joel Embiid?
No, that'd be well.
Bam Adebayo? Absolutely not.
Untouchable. But, so I think, although it was a quick turnaround from when they just paid him like last summer or 2 summers ago, whatever it was, the fact that he's their starting center, but they're pushing the envelope. They're going towards a different style of basketball, even farther than the Warriors would have done. And I think the difference they're seeing what difference it can have. Then instead of halfway through a playoff series and being like, all right, we're gonna bench Capela, they're just saying, all right, like, we don't need Capela anymore for multiple reasons, because of the money, because he doesn't space the floor. And like I said, because with Westbrook, their team is quite different. And they also they're not as pick and roll heavy as they were. I read an article today on The Ringer that had, or maybe it was the article outlined some of it, but then there was some stats I saw on Twitter that was like the percentage of pick and rolls that they do. They used like if you look at their team like from like 3 or 4 years ago, they were like 7th in the league or something for pick and rolls, and now they're like at the bottom of the league. So they they're not as pick and roll heavy. So essentially, Clint Capela was just standing there, like, there's no really place for him on the team, and he's getting rebounds and he's playing defense. But ultimately, with Westbrook, they needed to switch it up. And Robert Covington, although I would just say he's just like
he's another guy that they're plug into their system.
He'll be a good role player for them, but he's nothing crazy. But I mean, Capela wasn't anything crazy either. So
it's funny, like, this team. I feel like especially when they traded for Chris Paul, which feels like so long ago. I remember it was like summer of 2017, right? Yeah. Or no, 2016 going into the 2017 NBA season, which feels like so long ago. But it was like, oh my gosh, Chris Paul and Harden, like, it's so much fun. And like, I used to love watching this team, the Rockets. And this year, I'm gonna be honest, I really have not watched a lot of them. And like, I just don't care to. It's like, you see like Westbrook doing his thing with the triple doubles, trying to get these stats, and Harden is honestly like he's no different. Like, he also cares so much about stats. And like, you saw last night that like Austin Rivers stole a rebound essentially from Harden, and he looks up at like
Harden's 10th rebound.
Scoreboard. Yeah, it would have been Harden's 10th rebound.
There was like 20 seconds left.
And Austin Rivers just puts his head in his hands. Like, what? Like, you're putting your head in your hands? Like, you're so bummed because you stopped one of your teammates from having a triple-double? Like, this dude's had millions of triple-doubles. Like, honestly, this is the thing is, so Damian Lillard just had his first triple-double in his career the other day. And, like, I'd be okay if, like, CJ McCollum was like, yo, Dame, my bad, bro. You would have had your first triple-double. James Harden has had like over what? I don't even know. He's had dozens and dozens of triple doubles in his career. Like, this dude does not need an extra 10th rebound in the game. Why is Austin Rivers care?
That's what I was gonna say. Is the reaction that Rivers had? Like, I think in the grand scheme, like, this is of the NBA, this is like whatever. This isn't that big of a deal. But I did see that reaction, and I thought that's something I would expect if someone was like, if it was like Fred VanVleet about to get his first triple double, and someone stole the rebound.
Right. Let's compare.
But it's like it's Harden.
An MVP to
the reason
Fred VanVleet.
The reason I said Fred VanVleet actually is because Nick Nurse took him out the other day before he was able to get a triple double, and he like jokingly was like, "Oh yeah, like Nurse he's holding me back. He's a bum, blah blah blah."
Yeah.
He's obviously joking. But anyway,
but essentially, yeah.
Shout out Fred VanVleet.
But essentially, like, I just think this team isn't as fun to watch anymore, and it's just like their ISO ball, what it live by the 3, die by the 3, and I hate to say it, but like I was rooting for them the past 2 years or 3 years against the Warriors, but like this season now, it's kind of like we already know it's like their history's basically written. Yeah. There's no trade they're gonna make that's gonna all of a sudden make them better than LeBron and Davis together or Kawhi and Paul George and the Clippers. Like the LA teams are. If the LA teams do not meet in the conference finals, like I'll be shocked. Yeah, I'm putting my money on it right now. And
I think at this point for me, I think what we're gonna see from Harden is he's gonna be. I think ESPN Zach Lowe he's made this comparison before. He said Harden is the guard version of Karl Malone.
Guard Karl Malone.
In that he's gonna get all the stats. He's gonna be top 10 when he finishes his career in like scoring. He's gonna he has the numbers.
He'll be up there for
certain
3-pointers
playoff
made,
success,
right. Assists.
But I don't think he'll ever win. And I think I want to say also it's pretty unfortunate. Just for example, the years that they had good teams, they overlapped with the the end of the Spurs dynasty, then the beginning, then the whole Warriors dynasty, and now right the year that the Warriors disband, now they have the emergence of LeBron and Davis with the Lakers, as well as Kawhi and Paul George with the Clippers. So
yeah,
I think that
bad time. Legacy. Their window is kind of closed.
I mean, he's only like 30.
But one thing I will say, I don't want to get into this. This could be a debate for another episode. But I do think that had Chris Paul not gotten injured in was it the 2018? Yeah, the 2018 season. I think right now we're talking about James Harden and Chris Paul and their careers completely differently. And one more fun thing I think to throw out there. Houston right now is 32-18. 2 games behind them, the Oklahoma City Thunder in the 7th seed. So Houston is the 5 seed, OKC is the 7 seed, and they're 30-20. So I just love to see that, right? Like Westbrook gets traded away, and Paul George too, right? And he gets traded onto the Houston Rockets that have James Harden, and yet his team that he was just with is only 2 games worse. Like, I hate to say it, but like it is a bad look for you, Westbrook. I mean, sorry, buddy.
And Chris Paul's an all-star this year, and I mean that's OKC's a whole other thing we get into. But I do recall, John, before the season started, me picking them to be like an 8 or 9 seed, and you being like, "Dude,
hey, listen,
no way."
I'll give you all the credit for that one. But what did I tell you? Why did I think they weren't going to make it? I didn't understand that. Listen, this summer, me and Ash were being camp counselors, and we weren't like all into all the trades that were happening in the moves. So like when I saw the Chris Paul trade, I was just like, what was going? Like I was like, what? Because we thought that he was going to come to Miami at one point, and when I saw it, I was just like, what? Like there's no way Oklahoma City keeps him. They're tanking.
OKC, yeah.
So I did not expect them to want to make the playoffs. So the fact that they're in the playoffs, fine. I'll give you credit for Alex did say he thinks they can make the playoffs, but the reason I'm shocked, I was shocked by that is because I just didn't think they'd even be trying to compete. I didn't think Chris Paul would put on an Oklahoma City Thunder jersey. Like that shocked me to begin with. Alrighty,
but so going to all-star teams, obviously there was kind of a lot of I don't know if controversy is the right word, but there was a lot of people upset about the certain snubs that happened with
Bradley Beal, Devin Booker
not making it, Devin Booker not making it. Them being they're the only 2 players ever to average 27 points per game and not make the All-Star team. And
only ever?
Yeah.
Only players ever? Wow. I didn't.
And then so
I didn't hear that.
I guess to get to the point then, why I don't think it's that big of a deal that they didn't make it. They're each averaging 27 points per game on not very good teams. The Wizards are much worse than the Suns, but still both of those teams right now are out of the playoff picture. And I think stats are great, but winning also should have a factor for when you get picked to be an all-star.
Trae Young.
Yeah, which that's another person that we have to talk about. But I thought for them to be all like super upset and salty, like it makes sense. But dude, look who made it. I wouldn't say that Booker should have been in over like Chris Paul or Damian Lillard.
No,
or Donovan
definitely not
Mitchell
Dame.
Or,
Definitely not CP.
or even
they're putting up those
Brandon,
numbers
or
and
even
their
Brandon
teams
Ingram.
No, and I like Ingram too, but I'm okay with Devin Booker saying Ingram's team's as bad as mine, and he's putting up numbers, and so am I. You know, I'm okay with him wanting to say that, and I'm also okay with him saying like Westbrook. Like, what is Westbrook doing? He's playing with James Harden on a great offense, on a great team with a great coach, and all this. And what are they? They're the 5 seed, right? They're 32-18, and yet I'm busting my butt. My team is They're under 500 right now. I think last time I checked they were like 20-27. Are you gonna pull up what they're?
Well, yeah.
The Suns right now are 20-30. So they lost 3 straight since Devin Booker got snubbed. So he's not really playing that well. But I think I'm totally okay with him saying that because if he had been there, no one's surprised. If he had been there over Westbrook or Ingram or whoever.
I don't know and everyone wants to crap on Westbrook, but like. At the end of the day, the Rockets are a top 5 seed in the West, and Westbrook is the second best player on their team, and he's averaging 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. Like, those are still great numbers, and I know it's not all
it's
about
Westbrook
numbers, but
fatigue,
I think
though.
that's why.
You know that.
Yeah, people are tired of Westbrook.
I've said this on the show before.
I don't
like,
know why everyone's hating, though.
Talking about the MVP, especially talking about the NFL MVP. It's all about the narrative, and right now everyone loves Lamar, and like last season it was about Giannis, and like people didn't care about seeing Harden do what he did again. It's the same thing. We like these young players, and like that's why this All-Star team is it's cool having guys like Bam Adebayo, Domantas Sabonis on the team for the first time, or Pascal Siakam starting now. It's just awesome, and like I was just saying, like it's about the narrative, and like right now, yeah. People are kind of sick of Westbrook. So, like, me personally, I'm totally in that boat. And, like, I just talked about it. Like, I don't really like watching Houston anymore. And, yeah, I would have rather seen Devin Booker in his first All-Star game. You're a young guy who, we know is working hard. Like, something that he's going to love and appreciate so much. And, like, Westbrook, who I don't know. I got a bad taste of Westbrook right now. And it's just, like,
Westbrook's an All-Star. That's all. I don't know. That's
Listen,
all I have to say.
I don't think
26, 8, and 7 what's it called? A playoff team? I mean,
when right now they should be playing better than that though. So if we're talking about expectations and reality, then they should be better right now.
Devin Booker, I mean, the Suns started this year in the playoffs,
and Ricky Rubio's been out of injuries, but like look at their roster. Like it's not as good as Houston's. So, and then in the Eastern Conference, right, Bradley Beal. So I think my first thing that I want to say about that is Trae Young being a starter. That's just what rubbed me the wrong way. Alex, do you have anything to say as a Heat fan about that?
Well,
I know you've been.
I think that Jimmy Butler should have been put in the guard position, but for some reason the NBA doesn't. They value positions too much, and they listed him at forward, even though he's logged most of his minutes as shooting guard. So I think he should have been the clear person that would have made it over Trae Young. But if not, I would have just put Ben Simmons, which is also funny because Ben Simmons is such a huge player, but they list him at guard. But anyway.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
My starting lineup would have been
frustrating. How is Jimmy Butler not a guard?
Yeah, it would have been my lineup would have been Simmons and Kemba instead of Simmons and Trae. Trae would have made like my last spot on the team probably. Just because honestly, they're the worst team in the East and like one of the worst teams in the NBA.
Him or Bradley Beal or.
He's putting up numbers.
Who made that last spot? I'm trying to think. Like
probably Sabonis, in my opinion.
Sabonis, but Sabonis is averaging. His numbers are better than Bam, and the Heat are maybe. We're how many games above Indiana are we right now? Like it's not a lot.
I guess
Right now the Heat are 3.5 games above Indiana, and Bam's averaging 15 or almost 16 points. Almost 11 rebounds, and Sabonis is averaging 18 and 12, or almost 13 rebounds. So the thing with that is, like, his team, like, who do they have, right? Malcolm Brogdon. Like, Victor Oladipo just came back, and if we're talking about, like, what Bam has done comparatively, like, Bam's been awesome. Like, I'm going to be the first guy to say that as a Heat fan, but with playing with Jimmy Butler, et cetera, so, like, I'm not going to bump Sabonis, I don't think, especially because the team's winning. Know. You got to have someone representing the Indiana Pacers because of that.
I actually picked Brogdon on my team, but, I mean, Sabonis is putting up the numbers. He's having a great season, so shout out to him. But without any further ado,
our coin flip specialist just walked in. I want to welcome to the double take set
our first guest,
William McLaughlin.
Hey guys.
All right, well,
do I get to pick?
What? Yeah. Who's I guess you gotta pick. Who's picking heads? Who's picking tails? Like, tell us.
Well, no, I'll let Alex decide. Do you want heads or tails?
Give me tails. Tails never fails. This is for the first pick. Whoever gets to be LeBron in the All-Star
I'm
draft.
gonna
So
toss it up, catch it, flip it over onto my hand.
thank
That
you.
sounds good. And it's
Ooh.
heads.
Wow.
I knew it. I knew I was gonna be LeBron.
All right, so John's LeBron. I will
was
be
tampering.
taking Giannis' position.
Thank you, Will.
Thank you, William. You're always
course.
welcome on the show. We appreciate you coming here to flip the coin for
Thank
us.
All right, William. I'm actually gonna whisper. You're gonna do my first pick. All right, with Team LeBron. With my first pick, LeJohn is taken.
Am I supposed to say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Taking Anthony Davis.
Yeah, baby, let's go. Come on, who did you think LeBron was gonna take first?
All right.
It's his own
Nice pick.
teammate. He's averaging 27 and 9. LeBron's not taking anyone other than AD with that first pick. So that's who I'm going with right now. Last season it was tampering, but this season the
Just some
Lakers
friendly
the Lakers
teammate
are together.
picking.
So that's who I'm taking first. Alex, you're Giannis. Who are you taking with that
Giannis.
first pick?
This is who I would take if I was Giannis for my first pick. I think this is probably who he would take too. Is my guess. You got to go with. There's a couple good options. You got Luka, you got Siakam, Harden, and Embiid, but I think the pick has to be Kawhi Leonard.
Ew.
Giannis and Kawhi will shut down LeBron and Davis. Anyway.
Oh, don't do that, Alex. You really gonna give me this team? All right. Since Alex passed on the stud right now, I have to go with Luka Doncic. Right now, my team is gonna destroy us. I got AD on the inside, who's gonna guard. He's gonna take over on Giannis. And now
Who's not?
I got Luka. Who are you gonna take? Harden? Like for your guards are done. You should have taken
All right,
Luka.
so I have-
Giannis and
I
Luka
have
together
Giannis
with the
and Kawhi
international
right now.
team.
We got to pick all the starters first. I'm gonna go with Pascal Siakam. We're gonna go long.
Bro,
We're gonna
what
go
are you doing?
versatile. We're gonna be able to switch on pick and rolls, and we're gonna be able to defend 1 through 5. Everyone.
So right now you got
guarded.
you got Kawhi and you got Siakam putting
Yeah.
the Raptors back together.
Oh yeah.
This is like a
Former
little-
teammates.
This is like the
They
East
got
West
the
team.
they got the what's it called?
All right,
Chemistry down already, so we're good to go.
all right. So you're trying to go big. Like I'm not gonna let you do that. LeBron is taking Joel Embiid right now on the inside. Yo, right now. I got Embiid, AD, and I got LeBron. We're too big. You
Okay.
can't handle us on the inside.
The center position is obsolete, as you can tell from the Rockets trade. Anyway,
The
so
Rockets
if
are
you
not doing
take-
anything.
If you've taken Embiid, I think this is where I pick a guard. I'm gonna go with James Harden, averaging 30. The points per game leader currently holds a scoring title.
Isn't that
He
unreal?
can distribute. He can score. 8-time All-Star.
Harden's
Let's
averaging.
go.
Harden's averaging almost 36 points per game right now.
But it's actually gone down. He
All
was,
right,
he was
so-
at like 37 or 38 earlier this season.
So who's left for me? I got.
You can have Kemba, you can have Trey,
So I got two
or you
picks
can
left.
have. I think that's it. Kemba
No,
or
no,
Trey?
there's two. We got
No, because
Oh yeah,
That's
two.
it. You
We
can
only
have
have
Kemba
two
or
picks.
Trey.
Yeah, 2 picks each. Yeah. All right. Let me think right here. I'm gonna go with Trey Young
wow.
because I'm not gonna take. I'm LeBron. I'm on the Lakers right now. I'm not taking the Celtic. I can't do
All
that.
right.
Of course not.
But then I
For
guess
Laker
so I have
Nation.
to take Kemba. So now my lineup is Kemba and Harden. It's a pretty dynamic backcourt. We can pass, we can score. Then in the front court we got Giannis, Kawhi, and Siakam. Dude, you're not gonna score on us.
All right. I got LeBron, AD, Luka, Embiid, and Trey. I just teamed up Trey and Luka. Like, come on, it's over.
It's
right
kind
now.
of funny that they're both starting.
It is
in their
crazy,
second
right?
season
Think about
in
that,
the-
like
in
that
the
draft
All-Star.
class. Another draft class I was thinking about, Simmons and Ingram, they went 1 and 2. And then, who was third that year? Not Tatum. Tatum was third.
This isn't Simmons' first All-Star game though.
Oh, he didn't make it last year?
He did make
Right,
it.
he did make it, but
So
not
I
his
guess
rookie
the funny thing with Luka and Trey is I think pretty undeniably Luka's a way better player, and like if they asked all the GMs in the NBA like, who would you rather start your team with, I'm assuming that like all of them would pick Luka before they'd pick Trey.
year. Oh, for sure. And they know
But
that's
as far as the All-Star game, they both made it in the
I
second
hate to
year, which
say
is
it.
kinda
Like,
crazy.
Trey, you're great, but I mean, listen, we all know how that'll be remembered. Like, everyone's
that
going to
trade?
remember him as, the guy who got traded for Luka Doncic. One of the
All right, so now we're
greatest
going to the
players.
second round, right? And
So
Giannis
now,
gets the
second
first
round, the way that works is Giannis gets to pick first for reserves.
pick. Okay.
So go ahead, Alex, the Greek freak.
So he's probably going to do the same thing he did last year, which he just picked Chris Middleton because it's his teammate.
See,
I'm not going to do that.
No, you have to. You're Giannis right now, Alex.
So I'm definitely not going to do that.
So that's an L. I mean,
I'm pretty sure there's one clear pick right here. He's
Really?
the best player in the reserve pool.
who do you think?
Damian Lillard.
I
who's
actually agree with you.
He's catapulted himself into top 3, in my opinion,
Yeah.
the MVP conversation for this season so far.
For sure.
Probably behind like Giannis and then maybe like LeBron or Luka or whatever. I think even though they're losing still, or I mean they're starting to put together some wins. They've just beat the Lakers, but I think he's having a great season, and when they get into the playoffs, he'll probably finish top 5 in MVP.
I definitely think Dame's right now is easily he's the best non-starter, and the only reason he's not starting is because Luka Doncic and James Harden are guards in this conference.
Yeah.
But the tear that he's putting on right now, I mean, the other night, it was Kobe night for the Lakers, and everyone expected the Lakers to come out in that game and win, and Dame just went off and had was it 51 the other night, and he went on an
he put a
absolute
bunch
tear.
of,
He was the
games
first player in
together.
NBA history to have 43 pointers in 5 straight games. And
He's
he did it for
averaging
a 6th
40
game.
in his last 10 games, and he's
Jeez.
shooting 48% from 3-point range in his last 10.
So yeah,
which is crazy.
so that means he shoots 2 3-pointers, like he's gonna make one. I mean, he's shooting nearly 50%. I mean, that's just unreal. So yeah, you definitely go with Dame on that first one. So unlike you, Alex, you're trying to like not do what Giannis would do. I'm gonna stay true to what LeBron would do, and I already know that he's picking his banana boat buddy, and he's taking Chris Paul with that next pick. He loves what CP's been doing. He's always wanted to play with CP3, and now he finally gets to. Team LeBron selects Chris Paul, the next pick, who's leading his Thunder team right now to the playoffs, and right now they're the 7th seed in the Western Conference, which no one, including myself, thought they would be able to do. So that's why we're taking CP.
Right, that's like the next pick, but I don't love any of these names. There's no one that sticks out to me,
Hey, I'm drafting.
But-
I'm playing chess over here. You playing checkers. Just keep looking at those numbers.
I don't even
fixing
care.
a
My
good
starting
team.
lineup already wins the game for me, but since we have to keep going.
Now, what we're gonna do after
I'm
this
gonna
is
go
after
with-
we make these teams, we're gonna go play 2K with them,
All right, good.
and the winner
We'll let everyone know who wins.
loses $5. Or I'm sorry, loser loses
So
$5.
my picks, I have some options. We got Simmons, Jokic, Donovan Mitchell, Jimmy Butler. I guess I'm just gonna say, shout out the Miami Heat. Shout out my team. Go with Jimmy Butler, who
Giannis to Miami in 2021.
Yeah,
Does it happen, Alex?
that's gonna be some tampering. Jimmy Butler's gonna be in Giannis's ear during the whole
Oh,
weekend.
we
Get
already
him
know.
going.
Bam and Jimmy.
Maybe Jimmy's gonna pay LeBron to take Chris Middleton first, so Giannis doesn't get to spend time with Middleton.
Well, he
Middleton
won't be
can't,
able to.
Put the hammer down and all Jimmy Butler potential, tampering.
Well, that's why
going
you
on,
messed it
so-
up, Alex, because we know that with that first pick, we know Giannis is taking Middleton.
Doesn't matter. I'm not picking for Giannis. I'm picking for me.
On Giannis's part, that's an issue because he's basically given up his first pick for the reserves. But actually, though, Alex, next in 2 years from now, Giannis will be a free agent. Where's he going? Is he going to Miami?
Nah, bro, he's not leaving, dude. Come on.
All right, this is what I think. I think in the next 2 years, if he doesn't win a ring with the Bucks, he's gonna
He's not
have a
leaving.
meeting with Pat Riley.
He's not leaving. He's
In the
not
next,
leaving.
they have 2 more playoffs before he's a free agent, and if they don't win a championship in one of those 2 years, he's having a meeting with Pat Riley, and the Godfather's gonna get it done. All right,
If he can't win with this Milwaukee team, it's not like he's gonna win with anyone else. That's all I'm saying.
he's not winning with the Miami Heat with this current team. Are you kidding me? We'd win 80 games if Giannis comes to Miami. Hot take. All right, my next pick, like I said, I got the family ties with LeBron. You already know who he's trying to take. He's taking his boy, Ben Simmons. and he's
Well, 'cause
gonna
they're the same agent.
yeah, because LeBron loves Simmons. But I'm taking Ben Simmons. So now on my bench, I got CP, I got Simmons, who can do it all down low and not behind the line. I'm sorry, cannot shoot threes.
Remember last year they did the
all
trade?
around player, does everything else great. LeBron loves Simmons. That's who I'm taking on my next pick. Yeah, I mean last year, Giannis drafted Simmons, and then they traded Westbrook. I mean,
It's funny.
they were somehow allowed to
think-
do that.
This isn't a great player for an All-Star game, but actually, no, I'm changing my mind. Is it Donovan Mitchell's first All-Star game? I think it
Yeah.
is. Let me look it up. I
First
think it
time.
is.
It's his first. He's a first time
It's
All
his first time All-Star, so you
He
know
is.
what? I want to go with the young gun. He's going to be hungry. He's going to have some fire in his belly. And he's going to be pumped to be there, so I'm going to go with Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, he has been.
Although I
hooping right
almost
now.
took someone else, but I'm going to take Mitchell.
Oh, who'd you almost take?
Not important.
All right. I got this next pick. My next pick. So we got Kyle Lowry. Wow, that's kind of surprising. I forgot about that. I didn't know he made it. We got
It's not
Lowry,
surprising, bro.
Sabonis. We got Jokic, Bam, Ingram, Rudy Gobert, Tatum. All right, and Westbrook. I'm gonna go with, because I'm LeBron James. I'm trying to make amends for what I did last season. I was a little bit rude to some young guys on my team, and I'm trying to take them back under my wing. So maybe that in a few years, when they're free agents, they want to come back to the Lakers after they just had their breakout season. Yeah, you guys should know who I'm taking. I'm taking Brandon Ingram, who's been averaging nearly 24.9, 25 points per game this season. Absolutely going off when coming off of the Lakers Pelicans trade, and I love what he's been doing. And guess what, Brandon? LeBron's been noticing too, and that's why you're getting drafted to his All-Star team.
Really, bro? Brandon Ingram? Oh my gosh, there's probably like 4 players I would have taken. on this
LeBron's
board
motivating his squad.
before Brandon Ingram.
I'm
Oh
going
my
with the.
gosh,
This is
dude.
Team LeBron, all right.
All right.
This isn't
All right.
Team anything else. This is who LeBron would take.
So the guy who I was going to take last pick, but then I took Mitchell instead, was going to be Nikola Jokic.
Ew.
Get a nice big pick. He's probably the most versatile big man in the NBA. He can do everything. He can pass. He can shoot.
He can do
He
everything.
can post up.
All right, that's perfect.
So we're gonna take him. He's also got an amazing body.
Yeah, enjoy the
Doughy.
Doughboy.
Doughboy.
That's fine, because you took him. You said he could do anything, but not anymore, because I'm taking my next pick, Rudy Gobert, who anytime you sub in Jokic, I'm throwing Gobert in on him. He's 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's going to lock out the Joker, and that's going to be some easy money.
That's fine. You can
for
lock him
Gobert.
down. He's gonna pass.
No, he's not doing anything.
He doesn't need your. He doesn't need a score.
Oh, well,
That's why
he
we
won't
got.
be. Don't
that's why
worry.
we got Donovan Mitchell. And you
Don't
know
worry.
what? That's why we got this next player I'm about to pick, who's gonna be going off. Jason Tatum, another first-year guard.
I needed him.
He's gonna be good for us. We got off the bench. We're gonna have Lillard, Mitchell, and Tatum. It's gonna be a 3-point barrage.
Yeah, Tatum
And
went pretty
Jokic
low.
is gonna be facilitating them all. You can enjoy your Ben Simmons, who won't even be able to take a 3 in that game.
I'm just saying it.
And Ingram.
We know it's gonna. You don't think Ben Simmons is shooting a 3 in the All-Star game?
You know what? That'd be a fun
That's
prop
definitely a
bet.
prop bet. I was about
That'd
to
be a
say
sick prop bet. What's
Nah.
the over under, John?
For how many threes he shoots?
In the All-Star game?
Oh, it's 0.5.
probably- Yeah, it probably
Does he
0.5.
shoot one,
I would say
or
no.
does
I
he?
would take the under on that.
I don't know.
Dude, he's
I
not
think
going to.
it's
He's
the
not
All-Star
going to.
game.
It doesn't matter though, because that's still
Why would
embarrassing.
you not?
Because it's embarrassing.
No, you know what's
'Cause
embarrassing?
He can't win. Let's say he shoots it and he makes it, then it's like, okay, why don't you shoot it in real games? Then he shoots it and he misses it. It's like, dude, you can't even make threes in the All-Star game. Like, there's just no way there's no
Listen.
scenario in which that's like a good for him. I just don't see him doing it. He's not going to.
Nah, he's gonna do it because it's the All-Star game and it's fun and it's for the fans. And by the way, we actually haven't mentioned this yet. We haven't mentioned the new format of it, which
yeah.
essentially to
Do you want
honor.
to just talk about that after we finish the teams? We can talk about it, or
No, we'll throw it in right now.
Alright.
We'll keep it fresh. So right now, obviously after the passing, the
with Kobe.
of Kobe, NBA's gonna honor him by all of Team Giannis is gonna wear 24.
24. They're gonna wear the jersey
Giannis
number
will wear 24, and Team LeBron is gonna wear number 2.
in honor of
His
Gianna
daughter.
Bryant, Kobe's
Yeah.
daughter.
And then another thing they're doing, so I was just talking about this with one of our roommates. I think it's actually gonna be fun. The way it works is the first 3 quarters will be normal basketball, right?
Well, no. So they're gonna be normal basketball, but the score is gonna restart each quarter. And so whoever wins, so essentially each quarter is like an individual game.
Wow,
and whoever wins,
I didn't even know that.
So what happens is first quarter, whoever wins, let's say Team LeBron wins, they donate like $10K to whatever charity he picks. Then the second quarter, it's 0-0 again. Whoever, let's say Giannis wins, they donate $10K to Giannis's team, to Giannis's charity. The third quarter, same thing happens. Start over. Then in the fourth, they go back to so they add up all the points that they've scored in the first 3 quarters.
Yeah.
No, that's what it is. But the first 3, they start over at 0.
Okay, I didn't know they started
over. In the fourth,
over,
they add it all up. So now all the points that you've scored over the last 3 quarters. So it still matters. They still accumulate. But then they're going to say however many points that team is, the leading team is away from. Oh, no. Oh, excuse me. They're going to add 24 points onto the leading team's score. So
and then they're playing to that. So let's say the team that was let's say Team LeBron scored 100 and Team Giannis scored 90. Then both teams are playing to 124. Right.
In honor of Kobe, the number 2.
Who knows? It could honestly end up being like 200 that they play to.
Well, I think the only problem that I see with that
24 is gonna go quick.
Yeah, 24 points, especially in the All-Star game. Like,
you know what it should have been? It's like 240.
Yeah. I guess they want to do with Kobe. They want to do the number, but his number. But the only thing is like,
I wonder how quick that goes though.
And
are they playing defense?
They're trying to. That's what I'm saying. I think they're trying to incentivize that it's a more competitive game because instead of, which I do think it will be more competitive because of these rules, because obviously the charity aspect. But then I think when you're going towards an aim score when you're aiming for a score instead of just playing it to the end, I feel like I could see it because instead of being like, oh, we have like 2 minutes to come back, they're gonna be like, oh, they have 2 more baskets and they beat us. So I could see them really locking down.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope, and
but
obviously the whole Kobe storyline right now. I think like All-Star Weekend is gonna be a lot of Kobe.
Yeah,
I'm sure the dunk contest we're gonna see some Kobe tributes and this game. Maybe these players will care more, like going to 24. I think that's another thing. I mean, they're going to be wearing number 24 on their back, to honor him, and I think that'll be pretty cool to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, the game's going to go quick though. I could see it going quick in that last quarter there.
All right, so next, Alex just took Tatum. We each have
Who else is on the board now?
We have 2 picks left, I think.
Bam.
All right, it's the easiest decision for me. I'm going with
Lowry,
my Miami boy, Bam Adebayo, who's been hooping this season, who has his first career All-Star game, or he's in his first career All-Star game, but it's the first of many, and us Miami fans were super excited for the future. We got him, Tyler Hero, obviously we just signed Jimmy, Justice Winslow, hopefully once he comes back. And just quick news on the Heat. Right now the Heat, so there's been some rumors right now. Actually, no. It happened. It's official.
No.
The Grizzlies sent Andre Iguodala to Miami, where he will sign a 2-year, $30 million extension.
Oh my gosh! No way.
God.
Who do we send?
No. Wait. Okay, no. One of our friends texted me. We traded Tyler Hero and Kelly Olynyk. It's a joke.
No.
I freaked out. Wow.
Who do we send?
It's
right
now.
Who do you think? If you had to guess,
all right.
DJJ.
All right. I'm gonna throw this out there. I think.
Oh no.
We signed Iguodala. I'm gonna say.
I hope we didn't trade Justice Winslow.
All right. I'm gonna say we traded Derrick Jones Jr. and a 2nd-round pick. That's what I would.
Wait.
What?
I don't know if this is real. Oh no, never mind. I'm looking on Twitter, so that's a fake trade. I thought I'd say that we traded Myers Leonard. Winslow.
Right. No, I wouldn't be surprised.
Memphis gets Winslow. The front office deserves a raise. I agree.
If they got Winslow from us, sheesh.
No, why? If we traded,
all right. Well,
Justice Winslow for an old Justice Winslow, Andre Iguodala.
Hold on, let me just read you something.
I will be so upset. All
right, really quick. Let me just. I just texted this for an hour ago. I said, I'll give up Derrick Jones Jr. if Justice plays, but Justice doesn't. I'd almost rather give up Justice because I don't know how healthy he can be. And maybe that's what the Heat... Do the Heat know something we don't, about Justice's health right now? So...
no.
I mean, I guess we'll see.
He hasn't been healthy, but I'd still bet on the next 10 years of his career.
So
Well, so now Woj tweeted also 40 minutes ago, so right around the time we started this podcast, that Pat Riley's looking to get both Andre Iguodala from Memphis and Danilo Gallinari from
Gallinari.
OKC, which actually I would like to have.
dude,
Gallinari
wait, what's our lineup? Tell me our lineup. What's our
crunch
starting
time? Our crunch time lineup? No, I'll give you our crunch time.
Okay,
lineup.
yeah, that's more important.
crunch
What's our
time
crunch
lineup?
time lineup? Right, no, let's talk about
If
what
we're
is it right now.
playing-
Right now, our crunch time lineup
Right
is
now
Bam,
is Guan,
Butler.
Bam, Butler,
Hero's in there.
Robinson.
Hero's been in
Is
there.
Hero?
What do you mean? Against the remember that game against the Sixers?
Yeah, but Robinson.
Hero's
could be
in there.
But I mean, Eric's supposed to change.
And
it depending
DJJ.
on-
It's been Bam, DJJ, Jimmy Butler, Goran Dragic, and Tyler Hero. But obviously, like we said, he
Man, I'll be upset if
Coach
we
Spo's
change
been switching it
Justice.
around.
Why can't they just tell us who?
But
we-
Alex, Justice isn't playing. He's not healthy.
Dude, I don't care.
I'm kind of shocked that
Wow. All right. Anyway,
I'm kind of shocked that we don't know right now.
Let's
what
finish.
It is.
Hopefully, by the time we're finishing the pod.
Why do we want to sign Iguodala an
No.
extension?
No, I don't mind having Iguodala on our team. Like,
No.
he's a good veteran presence. He's a good
Oh no.
defensive player, good guy to have in the playoffs. But
He's a Finals MVP. And actually,
that's
me and
true.
Alex always say that our birthday homie is J. Cole. But
Andre Iguodala.
we also have the same birthday as Andre Iguodala.
so shout out.
36 years
Alright,
old.
wow.
We just gave him a 2-year contract.
It's fine. He'll retire with us.
Come on. What are we
Wow.
doing?
No,
All right,
it depends on who we trade. Anyway, back to the draft.
More updates to come as Twitter lets us know what happens.
Yeah.
But,
So you
right now we're
left me-
thinking we probably traded Justice Winslow.
There's a lot of good options still because you just took Bam. I'm gonna go with my teammate if I'm pretending I'm Giannis, Chris Middleton, who's having a great season. He's an underrated player, man. And
Oh my gosh!
think-
Did we really
We're
not
not
take
discussing-
Middleton the whole time?
you didn't say
I
yeah.
should have taken
And I
Middleton.
think you
to
should
mess
have.
with
I
you.
agree. I think I was talking with one of our good friends, Kurt, about we were texting about he was saying Bradley Beal definitely should have made the All-Star team, and one of the people that came up that Kurt, I'll give him credit. He did not say Middleton should not make the team, but I think I don't know how much better Bradley Beal is than Middleton, if at all, because Middleton's a great player, but he just does everything in a lesser role because he's on a great team and he's playing with Giannis Antetokounmpo, and he does play a lot of defense. He does play much more defense. So
Yeah, I mean, I'll
I don't
push
know.
back.
I really like that guy.
I'll push back. Obviously, Beal's numbers are incredible right now, but he's also the best guy on his team, undisputed. He's the guy. His team's not good.
He doesn't have Giannis on
Right,
his
and he
team.
doesn't have Giannis. So, how good? What would his numbers look like if they had switched teams? All right. So now who's left? Let me see. So Alex, you just took Middleton, who I should have taken to mess with your team. And these are my guys we got left. I got Westbrook. I'm throwing a lot of Westbrook disrespect right now because I haven't taken him. Sabonis, and those are the last two. Oh, Kyle Lowry. Wait, how many? There's someone else that we haven't picked.
Kyle Lowry.
Sabonis, Westbrook. No way. Is it those three?
That's it.
All right. So my next pick, I'm gonna take. I have to. I'm sorry. Ew. Russell Westbrook, just because
That's right.
I know LeBron.
That's part of the reason I
LeBron would, and we got
I took
Russ now,
Middleton.
and he is an All-Star MVP. So and more than that, a 2-time All-Star MVP. He is a league MVP. So we're taking Westbrook low. We know that because we didn't draft him higher up, he's gonna be really motivated to come out and play this game. All right, Al, you
I
got.
agree.
one more pick.
Part of the reason I took Middleton is because I didn't think you'd take Westbrook because I know that you love to bash Westbrook. But I guess the last pick now is between Lowry and Sabonis. I'm going to strengthen that front court. Also continue with the trend of picking those first-year players. I'm going to take Sabonis.
That's fine because now I got Kyle Lowry, who NBA champ on my squad, who I actually am very critical of most of the time. I really don't like him.
You always
But I know
trash him.
he's going last and he's salty. Like, that's the thing. I remember when they changed the you good? They changed the format 2 years ago to they traded the format 2 years ago to like how we're gonna draft teams, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, who's gonna get picked last? Like it's gonna be so embarrassing." Well, Kyle Lowry You with the last pick, we got you, and we know you're gonna come out and be hungry right now. So, let's see it. Any update though, Alex, on the?
No. Wait.
Nothing?
Let's do a little overview of who we drafted. So my starting lineup, I have Giannis, Kawhi, Siakam. So very good defensive backcourt, and then front court, and then backcourt we have Harden and Kemba, which is pretty good. I really like that team. That starting five. Off the bench, we have Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, Donovan Mitchell, Nikola Jokic, Tatum, Middleton, and wait, why? I'm confused now. Middleton. Oh, and you took Westbrook.
Yeah.
And I took Sabonis, and Sabonis is the last guy. So yeah, it's a really good squad. My
team.
crunch time, I got Damian, Harden, Giannis, Kawhi, and then I could throw in Siakam or Mitchell if we want to go small. Or Tatum.
Yeah, my
Come
team.
on.
Well, who?
We're winning,
I
we're
just
winning.
wonder, like, if any of these guys obviously get hurt, someone else is gonna get thrown in on the team. But right now, I got LeBron.
Oh yeah, Luka. We didn't talk about that. I think Luka might be out because he has another ankle injury, so he's probably gonna miss like 2 weeks.
So does that mean they take someone from the Western Conference? Because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no,
anymore.
that's what they're gonna do.
All right, I guess so. So they'll take someone from the West. So it'll probably end up being Devin.
Booker.
It'll be Devin
Yeah.
Booker.
I forgot, we forgot to mention it.
But right now, my squad, we love it. The two Lakers, the two best players in the West right now, LeBron and AD. Then we got Luka. Oh my gosh, the young gun who's only 20 years old right now, same age as me and
But
Alex.
bro,
which
it's
is
only
weird.
one game. It's not like you get him for the next 5 years.
No, we
his age
don't.
doesn't matter.
Well, I'm just throwing that out there. He's a stud right now. And we got Embiid 2 down low because, we're going to stuff the paint so Giannis can't do anything down there. And then we got Trae Young who's going to try and outplay Luka. So we like that. In practices, they're definitely going to be going at it. Off my bench, CP3, Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram, Rudy Gobert, and Bam down low. And then we got Russ and Lowry to keep the bench nice and toasty. We're going to keep them on there the whole game. But,
disrespect.
I mean, I guess we're not going to find out. Somehow, Woj hasn't dropped the bomb yet, but the Heat just acquired Iguodala, and apparently we're going after Danilo Gallinari as well. But as of now, it looks like we're probably giving up Justice Winslow. I mean, that's what everyone's saying. But somehow the rumors haven't got out yet.
So my takeaway from this is, I don't mind adding Iguodala. I think he'll be a good player. I mean, he hasn't played basketball since the NBA Finals, so since June.
Ew.
But I think perhaps we could see that this rest. I mean, he just played 5 straight finals, so perhaps taking all this time to rest will be good for him, and that he's going to be kind of rejuvenated. Because towards the end of his time with Golden State, we saw that he was starting to lose the athleticism that was a huge part of his game. As he was
All right,
a player.
Woj said it. Justice Winslow is part of the package headed to Memphis in the Iguodala trade.
No.
And you know what sucks about this? We have a game in 1 hour. But Justice obviously has been hurt, so he's not going to play. But
Wow.
you think Justice is with the team? Did he travel?
He's with a team?
He traveled with us. So there's a game.
Probably.
There's a game in
Maybe,
1 hour.
actually, maybe not,
We're
maybe
playing the
not.
Clippers in 1 hour from
This happens.
an hour and 10 minutes. Oh, yikes.
Wow, I'm so bummed by that. All right.
So
Look, Chris Vernon, who's a huge Memphis fan, he works for the Ringer, retweeted it. Let's go.
Of course.
That's what you know. My tweet is, I retweeted
Oh.
Woj's tweet that Justice got sent to
this
Memphis.
is a dagger.
No, and his was, let's go.
It's
actually
actually
kinda
not want to
funny.
see that happen.
Wow,
Oh, no.
man, like, Iguodala's a good player, veteran player. He's nice. I'm sure he'll be good for us in the playoffs. He's going to put good minutes on maybe Giannis or whoever.
Oh, I hate this. I don't like it.
But Winslow, I didn't want to,
Winslow's
put
a
our
younger
future
version
in
of
jeopardy for this season. Because at the end of the day, and I was actually thinking about this today, because I saw someone tweet that said
We gave him an
if the Miami-
extension. I'm sorry, I had to say
Yeah.
that.
If
Why are we
Miami Heat-
extending you?
If the Miami
Andre
Heat can pull the trigger to be able to beat the Bucks this year, then they should do it. But in my opinion, there's no trade that we can make. I don't think if we got Chris Paul, maybe Drew. I still don't think if we got Drew Holiday. I don't think any of those guys we can pick up and beat
The Bucks are so good right now. They're a historically great regular season team. They're due to have Giannis is due for just a monster playoffs. He's gonna win this MVP, and after last year, he's gonna be looking forward to just making amends for them losing and not going to the finals as they should have. And so I don't see any way that we win, that the Miami Heat are able to beat the not Memphis, beat the Milwaukee Bucks. And Andre Iguodala certainly isn't the move that will do it.
Well, you know what? It's part of a bigger plan. I'm gonna trust the process.
No.
I'm gonna trust the Godfather, Pat Riley. Maybe he's listen. Iguodala hasn't played all season, so maybe he's resting up. Maybe he's ready. Listen,
Dude, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but
I'm saying he better give us some good minutes defensively, and hopefully we pull off another trade with get Gallinari or whatever for James Johnson or something.
With Winslow, Winslow's a much better trade chip than for what we got back. Like, more details should come out. Maybe there's other things that happen. Maybe I just think obviously. If it was straight up, that's absurd, but I truly think, and you said trust the process, dude. Trusting the process would be staying with Winslow and
dang, all right, you're
man,
right.
Remember the first game of the season? Ironically, we played Memphis. We had a close game.
He had 27-7-7.
He had 27-7-7
without Jimmy Butler.
This is the year, like Winslow is breaking out. He's still young. That's the thing that we do so quickly in the NBA nowadays is we draft these players so young, obviously, because they come out of high school or whatever, and then we judge them with look at Brandon Ingram. He had 3 seasons in the NBA. We were just like, yeah, he's nothing. And we already assumed he was done. But guess what? This year he's having a breakout season. He's an all-star. You're telling me we give Winslow more time? I understand.
Winslow's 23. He's younger than Kendrick Nunn.
Winslow's 23 years old, man.
Yeah,
and
he's
we got
5 years away from his
at the
prime.
very least, he's a stud defender. His jump shot has not been consistent.
Honestly, he
his
developed
offense has not been consistent. But
he's playing a lot of point last
We've been
year.
able to play point with him. We've been able, in our development and our coaching. I just think doing this like Winslow was the process. I would rather have 10 years of Winslow than the next 2 years of Iguodala.
The only part that I'll say
all
for
day
now,
long, bro.
But I can't stomach.
I'm really bummed about this.
I can't stomach that we're giving him $30 million in an extension. Is he just gonna be Udonis Haslem sitting on the bench, saying what's up? I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But that's just about it for now. Maybe if the Heat, before Thursday, before the trade deadline, we'll get it. Pat Riley will make another trade that we can talk about on the next pod. But
another interesting thing
now,
before we end the show. So 2 things. One, I think I'm reading on Twitter. It looks like probably the reason that we had to trade Winslow was to make the math work. We wanted Iguodala. We probably knew that we had to sign an extension for him to want to stay. And then we had to make the money work, and Winslow was the guy who had to go. And then another thing is Chris Vernon.
I don't think it's...
Chris Vernon tweeted, John, he says, already had Tyson Grayson, now Justice, Duke title team, run it back.
It's funny.
That's kind of funny. They should pick up Jaleel Okafor and have that Duke team. And Quinn Cook, oh my gosh.
Well, shout out Justice
wow.
Winslow.
I'm so bummed. Yeah.
Thank you, Justice. Alex.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Dwayne, I just saw this and I thought, Dwayne Wade tweeted, great pickup at Miami Heat. And Justice retweeted it and put ... with all the emojis.
Oh, no.
Dude.
Justice is about to go off.
But I saw that Dwayne Wade. Why are you disrespecting him, bro?
No, but hold on. I'll say this.
Dwayne
didn't know.
He knew.
Dwayne did not know that Justice was a part of it.
Oh, man.
Dwayne's going to tweet back and say something because he loves Justice.
Wow.
It's
I'm
really
sincerely
unfortunate.
upset about this. I'm going to have to get over
And
it.
also, one more thing. A few years back, me and Alex were like, hey, let's buy some Heat jerseys. And we had a little bit of a bet, whose jersey's going to last longer? And I grabbed a Hassan Whiteside jersey. Alex got a Justice Winslow jersey.
You got that jersey after you signed that 4 years ago.
Yeah,
so.
and Winslow's jersey was Winslow was in some trade talks that year. I was like, yo, Alex, your jersey's going to be trashed by the end of the season. And fortunately for him,
man,
he was able to wear that jersey for a few more years. And my Hassan Whiteside jersey...
I did not wear it enough, man.
My Hassan Whiteside jersey has been in the back of my closet for
the past
Wow,
year.
I'm
so.
really bummed about this. I loved Winslow.
Thank you, Justice.
Thank
for
you,
everything
Justice,
you've given
man.
us.
Shout out. Justice
We love you.
better.
Shout out. And thank you guys for
Wow.
listening. We'll probably have another episode next week or so, just to go through all the trade deadline stuff. It might be a relatively quiet year, but we already got some trades going down. We were able to talk about 2 today, so we'll see. Thank you guys so much for listening. This is Double Take.
Peace.